Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel, and welcome to this evening's live stream. Give me just a second, you guys, to put something in the chat box over here. Everyone just hold, please, while I do some typing. I don't know how many people are with me at the moment anyway, so just hold for a second. Hold for a second. Okay. Riveting so far, right? Sorry. You guys, I do have some notes. I can get us hopefully slightly entertained for the evening. I apologize for totally skipping out on last week's live stream. I was not well. It was kind of a weird week overall. Last weekend was weird. The week was weird. Well, let's see. What was it? April, I don't know, 16th, 17th, 18th. I think it was those exact dates. I was in Chicago for a conference, and that's actually on the list of things to wrap up and talk about. I was in Chicago for a conference, and boy, the traveling and the cold, rainy, wet weather just didn't set well with my Florida system. So I did come back with a happy little cold, which I think turned into the flu. It was not a fun experience this past week. I still have a little bit of a fever, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Here I am. I'm alert. I'm vertical. I'm awake. I'm with you. We're going to be fine. I was able to get some work done in the yard this weekend, got some good sunshine into me. So yeah, we're good. It's all good. It's all so much better. So I apologize that we missed poetry last weekend. We're going to do some poetry this weekend. And we're going to start with a fun, cute poem, and then we'll do something more serious. Still fun and wonderful, but something more serious a little bit later. So the first poem that I want to do this evening in celebration of National Poetry Month is I'm Wearing My Parrot. Yes, this is by Ken Nesbitt. And if I can even remember, 2 weeks ago, we did a chicken poem from Ken Nesbitt. And I discovered at that time that he has a bunch of just fun, silly rhyming poems for kids. I was pleased with what I found, with what I discovered from Ken Nesbitt. And you guys, if not for National Poetry Month, I don't know that I would have discovered him. So hooray, this month worked out nicely for that. And we have Dwan L. Hearn joining us in the chat room. Hi there, Dwan. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Dwan, dude, I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope that it has been good and productive and you've gotten stuff done that you wanted to get done. We're starting with our first cute poem of the evening. This is I'm Wearing My Parrot. I'm wearing my parrot on top of my hair. My snake's in the sleeve of my shirt. My lizard is lounging around on my pack. My frog is attached to my skirt. My grasshopper's hopping on top of my socks. My turtle is perched on my toes. I dressed up this way since it's St. Patrick's Day, and I don't have any green clothes. Now, isn't that just adorable and cute? Of course, it's not really St. Patrick's Day right now here, but it's still cute. All right, Dwan says, it's been a weekend. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, see, I tell you guys, I was outside working in the yard, getting a lot of stuff done, get some good sunshine into me that really helped with, I think, with the illness going on. But I did manage to like pull every muscle in my body. I mean, like when I walk across my house right now, I feel as if I'm about to like fling myself in the floor because the muscles in my legs are like, what are you doing? Sit back down. So yeah, I managed to damage myself just a little bit. Okay, so for April wrap up, I'm going to tell you a little bit of sad news. We're going to get the sad news done and over with, and then we're going to move on to good news and positive stuff and good things, okay? The sad news is you guys, We're gonna say this without crying on camera. The sad news is I lost 2 of my chickens during the month of April. It was horrible. The first one was a complete surprise because I think I think one of the other Bonnies pushed her off the perch because I found her in the morning and she had a broken neck, but she wasn't dead yet, and I got to hold her and tell her what a good chicken she was before she passed. It was traumatizing and awful. Okay, moving on. That same day, though, I noticed that my gray hen, she's was a sapphire gem hen. She looked kind of slow. She wasn't moving real good through the yard. I'm like, "What are you doing? What's happening here?" So I got her and I put her in a warm bath to see, maybe she was egg bound. Put her in a warm bath, see if that didn't help, and got her some electrolyte stuff. I make up this little mash of electrolytes with egg and oatmeal and rosemary and good stuff for her. And yeah, I nursed her through that, got her through some scary stuff, got her perked back up to where she was eating good stuff again and wanting to eat her treats again. But I think she just got tired, you guys. I think she was just older, right? And she did pass on after I got back from that conference I just mentioned. Yeah, I got back from the conference in time to tell her goodbye and pet her and tell her she was a good chicken. Yeah. Okay, so that is some sad, horrible, awful news that happened during the month of April. It was gut-wrenching. I'm sad about it. But, that's part of life, right? I mean, I've got backyard chickens. There's several of them back there. So sad things are going to happen and it's gonna suck and I'm gonna hate it. I've got to move on. I mean, it's part of life, part of having chickens who give me eggs. Sad things are going to happen. So, yeah, there it is. Okay, that's the sad stuff that happened in April. We're going to move on from that and talk about good stuff now. Okay, good stuff is okay. So that conference that I went to, it was the Niche Conference. It was held in Chicago. It is a conference about journalism and magazine publishing, and it's really geared more toward the sales side of magazine publishing and building your audience and building on the publishing side of it, right? They had like one class, one seminar that was geared toward editing and your editors, which I was in that session, of course. But I do wear many hats. I do wear many hats at my very small company, so I do get in, intimately involved in audience development and lots of initiatives that we put together for the magazine. So I got a lot out of the conference. There were a whole lot of discussions that happened at the conference that I was interested in, and they were intriguing. And the company, we are all still talking about the things we learned at the conference, things we can implement, yada, yada, yada. So that was that. More good news. There's no more travel for a while, which is good. I'm sick to death of traveling. I'm done with that for a little while. Yeah. Also, this weekend, I finished a book. Now here on this channel, you might be thinking, of course you did, Sandy. You bring us book reviews all the time. No, 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 no. You guys, I finished writing a book. I finished a book. And then today I had a little photo shoot for the front cover. Are you intrigued yet? You guys, I wrote a book that is Duran Duran centric. Of course I did, right? So I put this thing together. I've reached out to a friend who does editing, who is also knowledgeable about the band. So this is going to be a very good editor for me to have. Sorry, distracted. Yes, Dwan, I will still see you in July. I am going to Imaginarium in July in Louisville. That is on, definitely, but I've got a little time to recover from all my travels before July. So the Duran Duran centric book that I finished this weekend, I need to put together a front cover for it. I've looked online to see what images of the band are available through like Creative Commons license, that kind of thing, and I'm not excited or comfortable with using images of the band on my front cover. I'm not comfortable doing that. I'm sure that there are images that we simple humans out here in the world can use and get away with using when we're selling a product. But I don't feel comfortable with that. Boy, that makes me nervous. So I took my Funko Pops, because of course I have the Duran Duran Funko Pops. I took my Funko Pops and I I set them up in my little light box and positioned them around and took pictures of them. It is as crazy as it sounds. But then again, you guys, the book is a little bit wacky and crazy. This thing is, it's not a like Duran biography. It is not something serious, okay? It is, and if you're a fan, you just caught the use of the song title. It's something silly, okay? And it's going to be fun. It's a romp through Duranland, right? So I took pictures of the Funko Pops. Can we do it without a glare? This is Nick Rhodes. And as I was putting Nick Rhodes back in the box, I got to say, Nick, get your head back in the box, which is another Duran thing that Duranies will go, ha ha. Okay, this is the funny stuff, guys. This is what you get for entertainment here on the channel. Okay, so we had the Funko Pop photo shoot is done. It's not bad. I mean, for what I need it to be, it's pretty clever and cute. I'm pleased with it. There is a video here on YouTube that I should link for you guys in the drop-down box below. There's a video here on YouTube that someone put together of the Duran Funko Pops being positioned and placed, kind of like that claymation stop video stuff. But they're being moved around and used for a Duran Duran song video. Is it for anniversary? I think it's for anniversary, but a fan put this together and it is adorable and it's very well done. I mean, someone took a lot of time to do that. It's clever and cute. I'll put the link to it in the video below, in the drop down box below, because it was very well done. I was impressed with that. Okay. What else did we do in the month of April, you guys? Okay, I did read some books, as you want to know about on this channel. I did read some books. I did upload some stuff. So let's talk about that for just a hot minute. I read The Familiar. Do we have a glare? No, it's kind of okay. I read The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. This one arrived. Did it arrive at the beginning of April? I think it did. The days they swim together. Okay, so this one arrived. I read it. I did the review, and I think I've already uploaded it. I think it's already here on the channel for you guys. Good book. I liked it. The villain was just hideous, horrible. I mean, you loved to hate him, right? Very well done. Then Funny Story by Emily Henry. Now, this one will have a glare because look how shiny that cover is. Okay. Here we go. Funny Story by Emily Henry. This one just arrived last week, and I read it in like a minute, right? It took no time at all to read because, you guys, first of all, it was very fast paced. And look at the type on this page. Look at that. This is large print. I didn't realize I had ordered the large print version of this book. But now that I have read a large print book, my ancient eyes appreciated this very much and would like for me to order more books in large print from now on. This was easy to read. That was very nice. I have a friend back home in the St. Louis area who she needs large print now for reading because she's an older lady. She's my best friend's mom. Okay. She's an older lady and she's had some trouble with her eyes as of late. She needs large print for reading things. And my books are not available in large print. Now they are available on Kindle, electronically, but large print. So when I send her like Mother's Day cards and Christmas cards and stuff, I try to write really tall in the cards. But I understand now. After reading that, I understand now. Boy, it's just so much easier. So much easier. Okay, what else are we reading? Oh, okay, so also in the month of April, I uploaded, I'm having a brain fart. You can watch that happen here on camera. I uploaded, the Pit Dragon Trilogy. I uploaded that one, the Pit Dragon Trilogy by Jane Yolen, even though I had already read that one like a while back, I think in early March, and had like filmed it back in like early March, but I got it uploaded for you guys this month, so you have that to view. Then I started rereading Dracul by Dacre Stoker, and a problematic author. I don't know if he's problematic or not. You can have your opinions about what took place with J.D. Barker. I don't know. I don't know if I believe the hype. Anyway, I started rereading Dracul because, you guys, big announcement, ready? Dacre Stoker is going to be our interview guest here on the live stream Thursday, May 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we're going to talk to Dacre about all the things he has going on, all things Dracula-like, and that's going to be awesome. I'm excited about that. He's a really nice gentleman. I got to speak to him and interview him at Imaginarium last year during their 10-year anniversary, and he was just the kindest person. And he's like got so much knowledge in his brain. We're going to pick some of that out here on the live stream. Yes, and Dwan is saying, yay. Yeah, Dacre is a great dude. He is. He's so kind, and he's so generous with his time, okay? Like at that conference back last July, anyone could just walk up and talk with him, and he was just happy to talk with you and just share information, ask you questions too. I mean, he was a stand-up dude. All right, the other book that I'm in the middle of reading is Emily Wilde's Map of the Otherlands. I haven't gotten very far on this one. You can see where no, you can't see. Can you see where the bookmark is? No, because there's a glare. There it is. I haven't gotten very far in this one. I keep getting interrupted, which is not a good sign. I am enjoying the book. I think I'm just, I don't know, something about it is putting me off. So I need to dive back in, take some time with it, get through it, because it's a good little story that's starting and happening there. So I think I will enjoy it greatly if I just get in there and do it. All right, is that all of the reading stuff to go over with you guys? I think so. Are we ready for the second and final poetry of the night? Poem. Are you ready? You guys, we're going to do T.S. Eliot because I love T.S. Eliot. I love the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I think this is my favorite poem of all time. We're going to read this one together. I'm going to skip the Italian at the beginning because I can't read Italian. I will just screw it up. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights and one-night cheap hotels and sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask what is it. Let us go and make our visit. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. The yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes, the yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes, licked its tongue into the corners of the evening, lingered upon the pools that stand in drains, let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys, slipped by the terrace, made a sudden leap, and seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep. And indeed there will be time for the yellow smoke that slides along the street, rubbing its back upon the window panes. There will be time. There will be time to prepare a face to meet the faces that you meet. There will be time to murder and create, and time for all the works and days of hands that lift and drop a question on your plate. Time for you, and time for me, and time yet for 100 indecisions, and for 100 visions and revisions before the taking of a toast and tea. In the room, the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. And indeed, there will be time to wonder, do I dare? And do I dare? Time to turn back and descend the stair with a bald spot in the middle of my hair. They will say how his hair is growing thin. My morning coat, my collar mounting firmly to the chin, my necktie rich and modest, but asserted by a simple pin. They will say, but how his arms and legs are thin. Do I dare disturb the universe? In a minute there is time for decisions and revisions which a minute will reverse. For I have known them all already, known them all, have known the evenings, mornings, afternoons. I have measured out my life with coffee spoons. I know the voices dying with a dying fall beneath the music from a farther room. So how should I presume? And I have known the eyes already, known them all, the eyes that fix you in a formulated phrase. And when I am formulated, sprawling on a pin, when I am pinned and wriggling on the wall, then how should I begin to spit out all the butt ends of my days and ways? And how should I presume? And I have known the arms already, known them all, arms that are braceleted and white and bare, but in the lamplight, downed with light brown hair. Is it perfume from a dress that makes me so digress? Arms that lie along a table, or wrap about a shawl. And should I then presume? And how should I begin? Shall I say, I have gone at dusk through narrow streets and watched the smoke that rises from the pipes of lonely men in shirt sleeves leaning out of windows? I should have been a pair of ragged claws scuttling across the floors of silent seas. And the afternoon, the evening, sleeps so peacefully, smoothed by long fingers asleep, tired, or it malingers, stretched on the floor, here beside you and me. Should I, after tea and cakes and ices, have the strength to force the moment to its crisis? But though I have wept and fasted, wept and prayed, though I have seen my head, grown slightly bald, brought in upon a platter, I am no prophet, and here's no great matter. I have seen the moment of my greatness flicker, and I have seen the eternal footman hold my coat and snicker. And in short, I was afraid. And would it have been worth it, after all, after the cups, the marmalade, the tea, among the porcelain, among some talk of you and me, would it have been worthwhile to have bitten off the matter with a smile, to have squeezed the universe into a ball, to roll it toward some overwhelming question, to say, I am Lazarus, come from the dead, come back to tell you all. I shall tell you all. If one, settling a pillow by her head, should say, that is not what I meant at all. That is not it at all. And would it have been worth it after all? Would it have been worthwhile, after the sunsets and the dooryards and the sprinkled streets, after the novels, after the teacups, after the skirts that trail along the floor, and this, and so much more? It is impossible to say just what I mean, but as if a magic lantern threw the nerves and patterns on a screen, would it have been worthwhile if one, settling a pillow or throwing off a shawl and turning toward the window should say, that is not it at all. That is not what I meant at all. No, I am not Prince Hamlet, nor was meant to be. I'm an attendant lord, one that will do to swell a progress, start a scene or two, advise the prince. No doubt an easy tool, deferential, glad to be of use, politic, cautious, and meticulous, full of high sentence, but a bit obtuse. At times, indeed, almost ridiculous, almost at times the fool. I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. I have heard the mermaids singing, each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back when the wind blows the water white and black. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea by sea-girls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us, and we drown. That is going to be the final poem for National Poetry Month here at the Sandy Says Read channel. But you guys, I believe we should still do poetry the rest of the year. I think we should still have some good poetry stuff coming up. Hopefully, there'll still be some more. Okay, what do we have here in the chat box? Joy Miller says, it's got a gorgeous cover. Is that the map of the Otherlands? I think so. The map of the Otherlands does have a gorgeous cover. I agree. And what else? Okay, to finish off our live stream this evening, I wanted to mention that you guys have just a couple of days before I send out the May newsletter, the Sandy Says Read e-newsletter. So if you don't already subscribe, it's free. Please go to my website, Sandy Says Read. And I did put the link in the drop-down box below and in the chat box. I put the link to the Sandy Says Read e-newsletter sign up in there. So please sign up for that. Get on the newsletter list. I do not spam people. I don't. You get one email a month from Sandy on the first of the month with a column by a dragon. That's it. I think that's everything. I've looked at my notes. You guys, we've gone over everything to wrap up the month of April. Continue to celebrate poetry. And the next live stream will be with Dacre Stoker on Thursday, May 9th. That will be awesome and great. I think that's really it. You guys, stay healthy out there. And thank you for tuning in. Let me see if I can end this thing. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat, and I will see you next time.